Good morning, Western Washington, and happy Wednesday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and we're going to take a look at the beautiful sunny conditions coming up for the rest of this week, the nice Labor Day weekend forecast, and the potential weather maker toward the end of the weekend. So we're starting here with the UW satellite imagery, and you can see it's cleared up very nicely across most of Western Washington. You just have some marine clouds burning off over the San Juan Islands. Now let's take a look here. The 2620 Road Fire, also known as the Jupiter Fire. This started a couple of weeks ago just west of Brennan and Duckabush along Hood Canal, burning in the Mount Jupiter area. And as of yesterday evening, this fire is now 100% contained and is inactive. So great job to all the firefighters who worked on this and prevented it from burning any homes in these areas. And this fire got a huge assist from the weather that was very wet for this area and most of Western Washington over the past couple weeks. So now this fire is out and this area can start to recover. So that is great news. Taking a look at the overall pattern here, you can see our system is well off to the east now, and this massive ridge is building. This is going to impact us all the way through Saturday. And now we're looking at Sunday, and you can see this cutoff low here. So a cutoff low is basically an area of low pressure that got cut off from the jet stream and is just out meandering. So this cutoff low is moving toward the Oregon-California border. And as this moves in, it could bring some southeasterly flow to the Cascades of Oregon and Washington, and that could potentially bring thunderstorms. So that is the next weather maker we're watching, and those thunderstorms, if they occurred over the Cascades, would be Sunday and Monday. So let's take a look at that real quick on the European model. You can see here this is Sunday evening. You have this chance of lightning over most of the Cascades. It really is highlighting Mount Rainier there, so we'll have to watch on that. And then as you can see, we go through Monday, and that is another widespread chance of lightning for the Cascades, but a little bit more east of the Cascade crest. So now taking a look at high temperatures. It's still going to be a little bit cooler than normal today for most of the Puget Sound area. You can see only in the mid to upper 60s, maybe some low 70s from Seattle northward, and from Seattle south in the upper 60s to low 70s, and in the coast in the mid to upper 60s. As we go through Thursday, that ridge starts to build and temperatures increase. From Seattle north in the low to mid 70s, Seattle southward in the mid 70s to low 80s, and then south of Olympia maybe reaching the low to mid 80s. And offshore flow starts a little bit on the coast, and that will warm up the beaches to the upper 60s and the inland locations like Hoquiam and Raymond to the mid 70s. And then as we go through Friday, that ridge continues to build across the area. Seattle northward in the mid to upper 70s, and Seattle south in the upper 70s to low 80s. Olympia southward, though, will be reaching the mid to upper 80s, possibly pushing 90 for areas south of Centralia. And then the coast again in the upper 70s inland and upper 60s on the beaches. And then Saturday warms up even more. Areas from Seattle north, it really depends now. If you're closer to the water, that'll be in the mid 70s. Away from the water, you're looking at the upper 70s to low 80s. Seattle southward, low to mid 80s. Those mid 80s are likely in the foothills more than near the water. And then from Olympia southward and around Shelton, southern Olympics there, reaching the mid to upper 80s, maybe 90 from Chehalis southward. And then the coast still the upper 60s on the beaches and upper 70s inland. And as we go through Sunday, you see that marine push start to begin as that cutoff low begins to impact the area. That brings the coast down to the mid-60s on the beaches and the low 70s inland, while the lowlands still, Seattle southward will remain in the low to mid 80s, and Seattle north will remain in the mid 70s to low 80s. And then as we go through Monday on Labor Day, you will notice that cool down across the region as the entirety of the lowlands go down to the low to mid 70s and the coast drops to the low to mid 60s. So here's the Climate Prediction Center outlook for temperatures to start September, and we are looking at a pretty high percentage of above normal temperatures, and this is something we'll be watching as to how hot it'll get to start September, so stay tuned for that. And finally here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these videos. Subscribing to the channel and ringing the notification bell is the best way to support Western Washington weather and help it grow. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.